Hey, this is Neil from Pro Tools Expert. I'm here at NAMM 2013 on the Eiosis stand with Fabrice Gabriel, product designer for Eiosis and Slate Digital plugins. Thanks for joining me, Fabrice, and you have a new product.
Absolutely, I'm pleased to have you here, guys. And so I'm presenting today to you the new EQ. So I wanted to bring something new to the equalization world. And you know that the parametric EQ was invented 30 years ago, and so I wanted to bring something new to adjust the sound of your EQ. So I invented the character parameter, which allows to adjust the shape of the regular EQ curve. And so just by changing the character parameter, change the shape of the curve, which is very interesting to manage the resonances of your equalization sound. And so, you know, it sounds really transparent, it sounds really natural, and I believe that hopefully this will become a very essential tool to the everyday mixing task, because we worked a lot on the ergonomics. Obviously there is the great sound, perfect curve, zero delay, low CPU, and there is a lot of options. And those curves are going to be very useful for the mixing engineer to adjust the sound additionally to the regular Q factor.
Right.
And we also have the strength parameter, which is basically an advanced dry wet setting. And so, you know, often you adjust your EQ and you're like, oh, I went a little too far, and so you want to bring it back a little, you know, and so usually you got your EQ and you have to adjust every gain by hand. And here with the single slider, the strength parameter, you can bring back the whole effect of your EQ just by a little bit. And so there's a lot of things like that, like the airband, which is adding a very natural and and smooth high frequency without harshness. We have the earth band, which is adding, you know, these tight low and sub lows, with what you often need, but you know, often you struggle with adding too much or not too sufficiently. It's boomy. Here with the earth band, it's a special design filter which adds very easy sub lows, and you know, it adds that body to the kick drum, that boom effect without too much boominess. So we are really excited. People here, you know, really find the sound is great, all the options and so on. So it's gonna be out in March, April 2013, and yeah, I mean, we hope to have a great success with this plugin, because it's really innovative, and I don't believe that anyone did that before.
Right, it's a new approach on the old EQ design. It's adding some extra things.
Exactly.
That maybe weren't thought of before.
You know, I wanted to bring something new, to add a new dimension, but not the kind of thing, you know, curve, digital 1, digital 2, something which would be useful for everyday mixing, and something which would make sense regarding the sound. You know, here when you listen to the curves, to the water curve compared to the neutral curve, you instantly hear something, wow, you know, the resonance changed. You know, you can tell yourself, as the Q factor is intuitive for every sound engineer, you know, oh, I want something steeper, so I'm gonna raise the Q factor. And here I think that people will think about the character parameter as, I hear those resonance in the sound, you know, and I just want to bring down those resonance. I want something flatter, I want something smoother, more natural. So they will bring down the character parameter and they will use the water curve. But at the opposite, if they want something more focused, more tight, they will use the fire curve, which is basically the opposite thing. So you have the neutral curve here, and if you bring up the character parameter, you will have a more focused curve. Right. So this is very useful to get some tight EQs, you know, in the bass drum when you want something really focused, but at the same time very, you know, phase phase tight. You know,
Yeah.
the timing response is really tight and really short.
So you won't need to reach for another plugin that you know can have a certain style of curve, because you can
Exactly.
make that curve here.
Yeah, and usually plugins does different curves, but it's pretty much different way of adjusting the curve. Here you cannot have those curves using a combination of you know, of Q and gain and so on. It's
Right.
really a different sound, a different phase response,
Yeah.
and you know, it gives you just a lot more option to adjust your sound. And what is very interesting, what I like to do is, you know, adjusting a couple of EQ bands here. You know,
Yeah.
just adjusting my sound here. Let's say doing that, doing that, and you know, very quickly. Let's say that, and then I use the character parameter to change the whole
Right.
sound of the whole EQ, and this is very useful, and it makes sense regarding the sound, because when you use the character parameter at the same time than the strength parameter, you know, you have those two sliders, and you can adjust
Right.
your sound, and this is very useful when you come back to a mix after 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You just want to make those adjustments. You know, you don't want to come back to your whole EQ. You just want to adjust a little bit. You know, your clients may tell, oh, just it's too EQ'd. My vocals are too EQ'd. So just
Right.
you bring down the strength, you adjust the resonances. You know, you adjust the sound like that. It's very intuitive and it's very straightforward.
So it's not so much about the frequencies. You found the frequencies as in the usual
Exactly.
way, and then you're going
Exactly.
beyond
You
just
got
the
it.
frequencies.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
Very good.
exactly that. You know, it's the character. It does not change the spectral balance of
Yeah.
of your EQ. It changed the color. It changed the resonances. It changed the character, and
Very
it
nice.
changed the amount of your EQ. So when you're happy with your EQ, like, yeah, I'm happy with those frequencies. I'm happy with those Qs. I'm happy with those gains, but something's wrong. So you just play
Yes.
with those two sliders, and you just find the right spot.
Very good, very
Yeah.
good. So it's available in AAX native
Absolutely.
format. Are you looking at DSP version?
Absolutely, we are working really closely with Avid. Here we show the AEX plugin version at the NAMM show, and we want to bring this plugin and Slate plugins as well to AEX DSP. We are really excited because those AEX versions are really stable, really low CPU. We did a lot of work optimizing the AEX plugin, and we believe that the AEX DSP are going to be as great, and we are really excited to bring that to those DSP platforms, definitely.
Very good. Thank you very much, Fabrice.
Thanks a lot,
Thank you,
guys.
Thank you.